You know the saying, in a bull market, it's always easy to be a genius. And when I go through social media at the moment, I see all these posts about where supposedly we are heading, that we are going to see $100,000 before the next Bitcoin halving, that we are going to $1 million in 2024 or 2025. And even for me, as somebody who has been doing trading and investing for more than 25 years, sometimes it's really difficult to kind of differentiate between opinions that are worth further investigating and opinions that probably are just there, to generate traffic on social media for an account. So I thought it might be a good idea today to present to you the 4 tools I actually use to determine where the absolute tops for cryptocurrency bull markets and the absolute bottoms for cryptocurrency bear markets are, because I think it's really not rocket science. And if there's one thing you can say about cryptocurrencies and especially Bitcoin, it has a 4-year cycle that seems to repeat itself over and over again. All the tools I'm going to introduce to you here are free to use, so it will be very easy for you maybe to bookmark these sites as well. I'll leave, of course, links in the description of this video, so you can over time always see where are those charts, where are those metrics that I'll introduce to you at the moment, to form an opinion for yourself and not be so reliant to, listen to all the FOMO and FUD out there. And we'll start off with a metric that is called a logarithmic regression. And I don't want to go too much into the details here of the math. I don't want to bore you with that. Best if you don't know what a logarithmic regression is, quickly Google it. You can find this as an indicator also on TradingView. So just go here to indicators and type in logarithmic regression. And then eventually you'll find this one, logarithmic regression by Owain, I think is the name of the guy maybe who created this, of the person. And if you apply this to the all-time history Bitcoin US dollar chart, you'll get something like this. And there are really 2 takeaways from this one. The first one is that you'll see there is kind of like a red band here. This red band symbolizes that whenever the price of Bitcoin reaches this upper band, this is sooner or later going to be the top. We saw that after the halving in 2016, when we had the top here in 2017 at around 20,000 US dollars back then. We reached the top of the red band. We saw this here in 2021, actually almost 2 times that the bear market started when the red band was reached, and probably we are going to see this again also this time. Currently, this red band is around 170,000 US dollars. As we move forward during the bull market, of course, this will become higher and higher. So really put this onto your TradingView charts. It's an easy one, and every now and then you should have a look. Contrary to this, of course, when we are in a bear market, once we fall to the lower green band here, this usually is a good time to slowly start buying again. No, of course, it's not going to allow you to perfectly time the market, but in a hindsight, back then, if you would have bought here around 20,000 US dollars, you would probably have been happy now. Second metric I want to introduce to you is the so-called Bitcoin MVRV Z-Score. Now, this indicator looks at the so-called market value of Bitcoin. So that's the black line here, not measured in the price per Bitcoin, but in the total market cap. That's why you see here, for example, 100 billion and the 1 trillion US dollars that we are currently over in market cap. Second, you'll find a blue line underneath this black line, and this is the so-called realized value of Bitcoin. The blue line means, the realized value means that whenever Bitcoins are moved on chain, so for example, you transfer your Bitcoin from your personal wallet to the wallet you are using at an exchange, the price is tagged and then an average is built around this. And you can see here already that this is a really, really great tool to kind of forecast when actually bottoms of bear markets are in, because you can see whenever the price crosses underneath the realized value, sooner or later this is the bottom of the bear market. On the contrary, it does not allow us really to forecast the top of a bull market. For that, we need an additional metric, and this is the so-called Z-Score, which is the orange line here. You can see whenever this Z-Score goes into this red box, which is a value of above 7, then pretty much the bull market the very top of a bull market is in. Now, the good news here is we still have some way to go here. Currently, we are trading around 2.76 in the Z-Score, so still some way to go until 7. One thing you should take into account here is something that is called diminishing returns. So, of course, back then for Bitcoin in total market cap, it was easier to go from 1 million to 10 million than it will be now to go from 1 trillion, for example, to 10 trillion in market cap. So this one is provided by a website called Look Into Bitcoin. I'll leave a link down, save that one. And if you see in the upcoming months or in the upcoming 18 months, to be more precise, that the Z-Score is going above 6 or even above 7, you know, the alarm bells in your head slowly should start turning on, and maybe then it's the time to take some of the chips off the table. Third metric I want to show you is also from Look Into Bitcoin, the so-called Puell Multiple, which looks at the supply side of Bitcoin. And the supply side of Bitcoin, of course, are the miners. So the daily amount of Bitcoin that is mined and will be cut in half in the next 11 days, of course, with the next halving. And this one is also actually very easy to read. It looks at how profitable are mining operations at the moment. And what you'll see usually is that when we are nearing the top of a bull market, that this indicator here, this Puell multiple, goes into this red box. Actually, at the top of the last bull market, it just touched the red box. So also here in the upcoming month, when you see that the Puell multiple is touching the red box or is going into the red box, which means that miners are having a great revenue at the moment, this usually is a good indicator also that the top of a bull market is reached. Now, if you use this, for example, now in combination with this MVRV Z-Score and the logarithmic regression, you probably will see this also represented here, that the logarithmic regression, the price is touching the upper band here, that the MVRV Z-Score is above 6 or even above 7, and the Puell multiple is going into this red box here. So with these 3 charts alone, I think it's already really, really doable for everybody from home to kind of determine around which time is the top of the bull market going to be. I use a 4th metric also from one of my favorite sites here that I've been introduced to you already a while ago, called Into the Cryptoverse. And they have something here called a Bitcoin price color coded chart by risk levels. And what this does is it takes the price and then depicts whether at the moment there is a high risk for the price of Bitcoin being overvalued. And you can kind of show this, of course, for all the prices. So whenever this one is blue, it's pretty much the bottom of the bear market. Whenever this one turns bright red, you know, you have to become very careful, because usually this means the top of a bull market is in. And one thing here is particularly of interest for me. Now, if I filter out here all the risk levels from 0 to 0.89 and just look at the ones above 0.9, you can see that this was also very, very good in catching really almost the very, very top of each bull market. So if we see in the upcoming month that this price color coded by risk level chart prints dots above 0.9, so in bright red, this also would be a strong indication for me to take my chips off the table and call it a day, and then probably wait for the next 18 months or 2 years until the bottom of the then bear market, the upcoming bear market, is reached again. I think by using at least 2 or 3 or maybe all of 4 of these metrics, you'll have a very good chance to not fall into all the FOMO that for sure is going to be spread out there during the bull market, but to really form your own opinion about, is this a good timing at the moment to still invest in Bitcoin? Or is this maybe a time where I slowly take my chips off the table, call it a day, because probably very soon a bear market is going to begin. And we know one thing, of course, Bitcoin is very good in going high very fast, but it's also very good in dropping significantly within a day by 10, 20 or 30%. I hope this really helped you a little bit, to form your own opinion and not so much rely on the FOMO and FUD you see on social media. If you like content like this, please consider leaving me a like and subscribing to my channel. I publish new videos on trading and investing every Thursday. Until we see each other again, happy investing.